welcome to my house tour series. Come on in. The first room that I will show you today. This is our beautiful kitchen. When we were doing this, I really wanted to try out and just test out what it was like having darker cabinetry at the bottom, you know, like down below. I chose this type of grey because it had like a warm undertone, and I find that when you are choosing colours and things, choosing the warm undertone is so key, because then it marries really beautifully with warmer tones and whites and everything without it looking and feeling really cold. This was a flat pack kitchen, and this is a laminated bench top, which has been amazing for children because you can imagine the pens and the drawing that we have on our bench top, and it literally just comes off. So that's always a plus. I mean, I'm not advocating for laminate, but if it is the only option, it works really well. I love to get creative, and we wanted to keep the cost down because obviously we knew that we were going to rip it out one day when we did a full renovation of this house. And so these tiles here are this beautiful subway tiles, just a standard subway, so they're very reasonably priced, and we had them left over from another project that we did, so that was why it didn't cost us anything. It literally just costed us to get them installed. And then the reason why I chose a darker grout was because I wanted to have like little bits of black elements, because I really do love black, but I don't like it when it's too like contrasting. This feels very contrasting here, but I feel like because we've got all the beautiful windows, it kind of breaks it up. It doesn't feel so contrasting because you've got like the green when you're looking out and a little bit of the gold on the windows as well. I do really like mixing the metals as well, so we went with a silver tapware. Our cute water filter is broken. We don't need it anyways, because what we did as well is we put a filter on our house main, so all of our water is filtered. So then we're showering in really good water, bathing in beautiful water, and drinking from the tap, and it's so much easier. So it's definitely worth investing in that. Bring you over here. So the reason why I really wanted to incorporate black in the kitchen without it being too intense was because we bought this beautiful old cabinet about maybe like 8-9 years ago now. And we bought it for another place, but we didn't want to leave it there because I loved it so much. There's some pieces that I really have to keep with me because they're real treasure pieces, and they're really hard to find, these sort of cabinets, especially here in New Zealand. But all we did, so basically before this was here, the fridge was in there. It was already cut out, but it had a fridge here and then a pantry here. So what we did was we ripped that out and just built it back, jibbed in everything, and then Tom amazingly measured this cabinet to go in here. We didn't take this any higher, so what we simply did was we just cut the feet off a little bit just to make it a little bit shorter, and it slotted in absolutely perfectly. So this is our pantry. I do refillable jars, just reducing the plastic, because I am really into less packaged food. Is that I have made it that we have a very small space as our pantry as such. We have one basket for like snacky kind of like puffs and things like that, and crackers and things, and then bread, and then we have like other baskets for cans and that sort of thing. So this has actually worked really well, and I find that the less space you have for things, the less you collect or like hide away. The reason why I really love having glass as the pantry and the glassware and stuff and the plates is because I always find that I'm always putting things back mindfully rather than just throwing it in the jar, like the drawers or the baskets. Obviously the baskets are less organized because kids get in there, but I reorganize them every week when I do a shop. And then we also have like an arts and crafts basket as well for the kids when they got their friends over. So great. The reason why I also chose these baskets here was because they kind of added in like a warmth element to the kitchen. It kind of breaks up like all this stuff it kind of has that like block, more of a block moment, but also with texture. And these baskets are definitely my favorite in the world because of the texture it gives. The color and the tone of them are really beautiful. They're like really warm without being too orange, because there is a fine line. And then they also pair really beautifully with the floor, the wooden floor that we've got here, that we revarnished when we cosmetically redid this place. And I really think that adding like little bits of black in the kitchen kind of just helped to bring it all together. Then we've also got the little black knobs and handleware on our kitchen as well. And then we've got our beautiful huge fridge, which is a game changer for a family, because I obviously buy more fresh food than packaged food, so that was why we went for a bigger, well, we actually kindly got it donated to us. Thank you. Yeah, so we can have space for like a whole week's worth of fruit, veggies, meats, yogurts, cheese, you know, jarred sort of things like pickles and stuff like that. So it works really beautifully. But I also find, because when people come in here, that their eye kind of definitely gets drawn down, but I've put this pot here up on top of the fridge because it sort of helps to, like, draws the eye up when you come into this kitchen. And then we have beautiful hydrangeas in our garden, so I always, when I have to dehead them, I always keep them, dry them, and then I will use them as an arrangement in the house. So it kind of brings like a real warmth without having a plant, because, you know, we've got one beautiful tree in this house, but it does, you know, you have to be very mindful about watering them. So having the dried flowers really works as well. It adds that beautiful texture and warmth. So yeah. I'll also show you my little beautiful story as well, which I think you'll really like. Excuse the windows. They can never be cleaned because there's sort of like paint splatters all over them, which is fine, but we just live with it. I love having a little story in a kitchen, and I think it adds kind of more character and more personality to a kitchen. And I also find that having it when you're in the kitchen, you want things that easily grab, that you use all the time. So that's why I create this little space here. So when I am cooking at the stove, I can easily grab the wooden spoons, I can add the herbs, and I can do salt and pepper. And I really love my beautiful oyster dish with my salt in it. It's just really easy to pick and sprinkle because I'm usually the only one cooking. So it's usually only my fingers going into it anyways. And they're usually really clean. And then I've also got our olive oil and just some other oils and a Chardonnay vinaigrette for like salads and stuff. So it's easy for me to, there's way less steps to like having to go to a cabinet and get out things. So that is why I really enjoy this little story here. And it really is efficient as well. Thank you for watching my house series. This is the first of many, so enjoy the kitchen and comment below which room you want me to do next, or also if you have any questions or where we've got things from, I will be happy to share. And also follow us and subscribe, and we look forward to sharing more with you.